If I hear Omarosa say my people in reference to blacks one more time, I'm going to call 1-800-CHOKE that hoe. I'm not even joking. I'm going to call 1-800-CHOKE that hoe. If she says, and if y'all have watched the Medea movies, you'll know what I'm talking about. If she says my people in reference to blacks one more damn time, she is... This fool is an embarrassment to black people. I have never seen someone as big of an embarrassment, as big of a disgrace to black people. Somebody who draws out every single negative stereotype when it comes to blacks and gives those trashy, toothless, uneducated, deadbeat, crackerjack whites, racist white trash people out there a reason to bring down black people than Omarosa. And by the way, when I say that, I'm talking about, just like I differentiate niggas from black people, I differentiate whites from white trash. There's a big difference. I do it all the time. But, you have a woman here who has never been able to hold down a job, who's constantly getting fired, who got fired 3 times from The Apprentice, who got fired working for Al Gore. What black person gets fired from the Clinton administration? The Clinton administration worshipped black people. Never mind the fact that more black people got arrested under the Clinton administration, but that's beside the matter. You gotta be a complete zero to be fired from the Clinton administration. Bill Clinton and Al Gore were parading black people like trophies during their time. Any nigga they could get their hands on, they would parade that person up and down saying, we are the first black administration. Look at this black. How can you get fired from the Clinton administration? Omarosa did. Omarosa got fired 3 times from The Apprentice from Donald Trump, and the dude still hired her to be whatever the hell she did, White House Communication for African American Liaison, something like that. And she got fired from that. Now, for all of you who say that Donald Trump is a racist, and think about this. Think about this. If Donald Trump is guilty of anything, he is guilty of acting like a typical white liberal. And why I say that is because only a white liberal would give someone like Omarosa, a black woman as deadbeat as Omarosa, any chance. You don't have to be not racist to throw Omarosa to the curb. You know how these people are. Black people who are watching this video, you know how it is. You even look at someone the wrong way, your ass is out the door. You can't even get a shoe shining job anymore. You're done. It's like if you even sneeze the wrong way, it's over. So you got Donald Trump hiring Omarosa 4 different times to give her the opportunity to be a big shot. And it's like, how did Omarosa get so many chances? How? Give me a break. Donald Trump is a racist. I think Donald Trump was way too lenient with her. And he knows that she didn't bring anything to the table, but he said to himself, rightly so, probably a smart thing, that if I don't hire one of the only black people on my campaign team to work at the White House and get all the white people and don't get this black woman, Anderson Cooper, Chris Matthews, Keith Olbermann, all these people will blitz her, Judy Woodruff on PBS, all these people would come down on Donald Trump. He is not hiring the only black woman working for him on his campaign. He's a racist. He's a that. He's just using Omarosa. So he did it. He did it knowing that she'd be a disaster. Knowing full well she'd be a disaster. And look what ended up happening. Really? Racist? I do not think so. No racist would even give someone like, Omarosa. A racist and Omarosa is like oil and water. racist people see Omarosa as the typical black nigga. And I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, can't hold down a job, gets fired every opportunity, doesn't do the job that she's told to do. I mean, when she worked for Al Gore, she was supposed to be, she worked in communications. She couldn't do that well. Somebody who worked for Al Gore said she was the worst pick that the whole administration chose. Can you imagine that? This is the typical, quintessential, stereotypical black nigga. And Donald Trump hired her. Supposed to be a racist. I don't think so. I don't think so. She is an embarrassment to the black community. That's what she is. She's nothing but a drop-dead embarrassment. Stop saying my people. Stop saying that. I mean, let me tell you something. Even if there is a tape of Donald Trump saying nigga. Let's say there is. Omarosa still doesn't come out of this with clean hands. Because she's either a liar or she's an Aunt Jemima. How could you work for somebody and be friends with somebody for so long knowing that they use these type of words and knowing that they have these feelings toward a group of people? How could you work for someone like that? Now, me? I mean, I know people who subscribe to my channel and who buy my merchandise, who I have heard using bad language about people of a different race. And I have gotten rid of them so quickly. That is me. I do not have anything to do with people who have anything against blacks or other people whatsoever. I don't do it. I cut them off viciously. Omarosa, not only, if we believe what she's saying, works for a racist who uses nigger and all this stuff like that, but lives a lavish lifestyle with the opportunity to drive around in government vehicles and all this stuff, knowing that her boss is a racist. And she's living the high life courtesy of a racist. So what does that say to her when it comes to her relationship to black people? She is willing to live the good life courtesy of somebody who despises her own people. So either way, Omarosa is no good. She belongs in the dumpster. She belongs in the dump heap of life. She's either a lying you-know-what, or she's Aunt Jemima. Either way, this is the Arana Nation. And do me a favor, do not buy that book. Don't stoop. I mean, left or right. I mean, conservatives aren't going to like Omarosa. That's done. I mean, some of these Trump supporters, I probably didn't like Omarosa to begin with. I mean, a lot of Trump supporters, I mean, I'm not saying Donald Trump is racist. He's far from it. I think he's one of the best presidents black people have ever had. But, I mean, let's face it, there are a lot of Trump supporters who are racist, don't like black people. That's just a fact. That's a fact. There's a lot of them, because probably they hear the media saying he's racist, so they say, oh, well, I'm going to join him because the media says he's racist, so I'll join him. They probably didn't like Omarosa to begin with. They probably said to themselves, I told you, Donald Trump, she was going to be in trouble. You know how these niggas, they going to cause you nothing but trouble. And now this happened. But the liberals, I mean, I really hope that, I don't think that they would even, I mean, I see CNN and all these people, even they're going after her. They're not buying it. But the small minority of people who would even think about buying this book with Omarosa, I mean, let me tell you something. If Donald Trump called her up tomorrow and offered her $1 million a day job, she would cut all y'all off in 2 seconds and go right back to him, kissing his ass, saying how much of a great president he is, and boom shakalaka. So that's just how it is. This is the Arana Nation.